Hey guys, so today I'm going to be reviewing one of my viewers' games. I'm going to go through, give some kind of free coaching. Hopefully this is something you guys can learn from. I really want to interact with you guys a lot more and focus on your gameplays, because telling you what I've done wrong in my thought process may not be as helpful as just telling you what I think of what you guys are doing. So hopefully this is helpful to you, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. Okay, so Catball here is going to be playing the Invade Dodrio. Now, this team has a lot of attackers on it. There are 2 EVs and there's a Delphox. There's 3 Foxes. There's 3 Foxes on this team, but there's also a Mime. Okay, dashing through the wall, not hitting the Xatu because you don't want to hurt your Float Stone. I saw the Float Stone there and the Razor, so we know they're on the build. Pretty solid, running through. Just, man, Dodrio gets there so fast. So fast. Like, the blue just spawned. Okay, hitting up the blue, trying to get this, steal it before they're aware, because people do usually start at their red. Here is a bit weird, so I'm going to pause it so I can talk through. So here, you're pulling it towards this bush, but you're not hidden in this bush. As you can see, like, you don't have the eye mark with the slash on you. You have the camp outside the bush and you're in it. So all you're doing here is kind of pulling it closer to the enemy. If you pull it more towards the bottom lane and away, you'll also not be hidden, but you'll be further away from the jungler. So it'll be easy for you to steal it and less chance of them coming and last hitting it. Just something to keep in mind there. Just something to keep in mind. So you take it out here at about 934. That's pretty solid. And you go straight to, I like this. I like that you go straight to the bottom lane, because if you stay in the jungle now and try to fight, you start wasting too much time. And now you're here with your bottom laner, which is where you should be, because there are 2 up top and there's 1 on the bottom. So this is the right lane for you to go to. You do get your scores in. I'm sure you're probably stacking an attack weight. There I would have taken the berry, and I'm not sure where you're going here. So okay, this. So I'm going to pause this a lot to pull up on mistakes. I really want to talk through this. Now you're going up to the top lane to gank the top lane. I see that they are pushed up, right? But look at your jungler. Look at your jungler's positioning. Your jungler is about to clear their last buff on the way towards that top lane if you look at their rotation. You are running up there, and now you're leaving your Mime alone, which is going to make your jungler probably want to have to come to the bottom, and now they're gonna be outnumbered. Like, well, their gank's going to be 2v2 instead of 3v2 like it should have been, and it's just messing up their pattern. Like, you want to go to the lane where there's 1 person after you invade. You don't want to start roaming the map. There's no like roamer character at this point in the game, because your Mime now is left versing another Mime with a Gible, right? So that's just a 2v1. You don't want to leave them in that situation because they can really fall far behind. But let's see what happens. Maybe you get value out of this. Like, maybe the risk pays off, because sometimes that can happen. And I do encourage making plays sometimes. You do get this and you get another stack. So I do see that. The Glaceon's clearing. I'm trying to see where they go. Okay, so yes, the Glaceon's decided to adjust their path to go to the bottom. You poke out the Mew, but see, their jungler's come top. And even though he's only level 4, you're getting poked out here. And see, right here, you're just completely useless at this point. So this is all because you came to the top. If you're at the bottom right now, the Glaceon likely comes up here around now, right? And makes a big impact in the next couple seconds when the Froakie's already there at level 4, and they probably just one-shot everybody. They probably do a lot. But you've shown here earlier, the Froakie's got an early gank on you because you were pushed up, and the Mime is alone in the bottom. Like, it's just kind of messy, and it's all because you kind of decided to go to the top lane. So just try to keep in mind, if you guys are invading, go to the lane with 1 person afterwards. Don't just roam the map freely, because you do have teammates and you do need to help them, because you can't complain if this Mime is under-leveled later because you've left them on their own. So let's see what happens up here. Your EV's really low. That Mew probably gets them here. Yeah, Mew takes out the EV and pokes you out really hard. Delphox is really low as well. Yeah, this is rough, see? And you're not going to get a jungler gank here. You do take out their jungler. That's very helpful that you take out the jungler. Your jungler goes to the bottom as they needed to, and now you get 5. So your lane partner falls as well. See, this is rough because your top lane probably gets steamrolled, but your Glaceon probably has more of an impact up here than you do. That's the truth, right? If your Glaceon came up here and you stayed in the bottom with your Mime, because you can contest Gible Mime with the Dodrio Mime for sure. But your Glaceon now is forced to go to the bottom, and they're probably going to beat the Gible with the Mime because Glaceon is stronger than Gible, right? But if they'd gone to the top there, they would have been able to put a lot more pressure on that Mew and on that Froakie, and it would have really helped the top lane out a little more. I think that you were trying to do a little too much and not realizing that was actually negatively impacting your teammates. And that's something that we all do sometimes. Just try to keep in mind. I do really like this though. I really like that you've come straight back to the jungle. You're a little late. So you took that out a little earlier. It's already on the map, but you're running right there. You're getting there on time. It's probably actually pretty on time. I might be a bit off there. I might be being a bit too harsh here. You're pretty on time. It's pretty solid. I do like that you've gone back for the second invade straight to that blue. So the red has come up, and now you're taking the fight, and this is good. You win this fight. You always win this fight. You missed a little there. I get it. Dodrio's a little hard. You're probably new to it as well. Yeah, you always win that fight. So that was a good fight to take. You coming here was very solid. Try attack is very good for damage. Their Gible is here to help. So yeah, retreating here is the play. Very smart. Very good. Poked them out. Now you just get out of here. Oh, you want to fight more. Oh, this is risky. This is risky. So yeah, this is risky. These come up in a couple seconds here. Your jungler's not here. Their jungler's not here. You can hit these up. You can hit these for damage for sure. If you see someone on your screen, you need to go though. You're way too poked out. There's the big mistake. Okay. So I'm gonna go back for a second now. I'm gonna go back. So here, right? You're low. Look at your health. Very, very low health, right? These are quite low. You're poking them out. Look how much your basic stacks are doing, right? 341. You are at this health. Your enemies are close. So you know that you just saw them in the enemy jungle. Now, you quick attack through for a tiny bit more damage than your basics would have done. 2 basics would have taken that out. You should have your dash to get out. Now you're in a situation here where right up here is the Frogadier and right down here is the Gible, and you have no out. Your passive is not up because you've been attacking, so you can't speed dash away with that, and your quick attack is down because you used it aggressively for damage when you were low and you needed that defensive option. So in the future here, if you're doing this in a low health situation, try to remember that it's really, really beneficial for you to keep that mobility move up so you can get out if things do go wrong, because it's very likely that you do fall here. It's very likely that you're going to go down here and you're going to feed some decent XP. Yep. So now you got all of that mid farm, but this guy's hit you and now evolved, and he's also evolved. Both of them got their evolutions because you used that dash move a little early. So you're playing well here, but these are just mistakes I want to pick up on. If it seems like I'm being strict, I do apologize, but I really want to offer you value here. I want to give you guys real coaching out of these and not just say little tiny thoughts, you know? Okay, so the bottom lane, the Glaceon, are they still there? I wonder if they feel forced there because the Mime's alone, but they are over pushing. They're pushing really hard. So I'm not here to coach them though, so that's whatever. Going to the top here is the right play. You're running up to the top. You get there just a little late. That's okay. You're going agility, try attack. I respect it. Good poke on the Mew. Dodrio's damage is insane. I prefer the parkour build with try attack, but it's really, really fun, really solid. You're doing well here. You're pressuring them out. You're going straight into the jungle again. This is risky because the 720s are spawning. Diving here is the right call with your team. There you go. This is what you want to do. You want to play with your team around these objectives. You don't want to just overrun up and try to make invades at this point in the game. You don't want to get caught out. You have a lead now. Use it. You know, this is good. This is very, very good. Your team's doing well here. Your Mime's still in the bottom. They're probably farming up. This is very common. You see Mime stay in the bot lane for this objective. Okay, that was a good juke on the solar beam. So this is big. Now that your Glaceon's fallen, you guys need to pull back a little. You need to pull back a little because that's your biggest burst and it's gone down. So I'm wondering what's going to happen here. So yeah, Delphox is going to get dove. Delphox gets dove. Now they're gone. So you need to already be gone. Yeah, there you go. Now you're out. Your Espeon overstayed a little. That went really south. Honestly, look, if your Mime rotates, that's solid. But a lot of the time you're going to see this. And this isn't a bad play from the Mime. Doing the bottom objective on your own is something you'll see a lot of people do. But you do have to acknowledge that you're outnumbered. And this is the point where you can't really hold this on your own. So now you can go look to invade. Now you can go look to farm. Because sitting up here really isn't going to do anything. You're really not going to do anything here. You're probably just going to get dove by the enemy team. And they're going to take you out. Like, you need to go. You need to give this goal up. You need to get out. Yeah, they're just going to... It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. I'm sure you don't even stall enough for your team to get it broken. They get that kill on you. They get the Reggie, and they're going to push up. And what you could have done is you could have been going and getting your level 9. You do have it now because you were close enough. Luckily, because that's an invade experience. Now you need to look for a Unite in. So Mime really needs to come here. Mime is kind of trolling you guys now. Like, pushing up this far is a bit rough. Your attackers, like your three attacker in Dodrio comp needs its Mime, right? It needs its Mime. You guys kind of got scuffed in team select picking the picks that you picked. We're going to see how this goes. Yeah, see, this is rough. You need to get a big Unite off here to have any pressure. You go a little too far, unfortunately. The Reggie walks in. It does happen. Your teammates are poked out, and they're likely just going to push here. So yeah, this is really rough. This isn't really on you. All I would say is try to be a little bit more proactive at the top. The second you see it going wrong, just get out and make other plays. You could have then left, started farming through their jungle, scored in the bottom with their Mime, because this is gone at this point. This top push was never being stopped the moment that you stayed on that goal, and they end up wiping you out and breaking it. So you need to go and make other plays and try to find some tempo around the map. Because sitting there is just not really going to help you. It is big for that your Mime didn't come. They just showed up now and united. Interesting play. Interesting play from the Mime. But yeah, you guys aren't in too bad a spot. Mime did get some points in the bottom with staying down there. Pushing up here is a little risky. They're likely back. Yeah, they're already back. I would X speed and grab their berries at the start of this fight. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to go back to here. The second you see him, hit agility. You don't even need to X speed. Hit agility, run past, grab a berry. You're at half. You're going to be able to avoid them there. Now what's going to happen is they're going to hit you here, and they're going to hit you here with a beam probably, right? You do get past and get that berry. That's solid. You end up getting both anyway. I would have just done a little sooner. Because if that beam did get you, if they did read you a little better, you were gone. You were completely gone there. But you worked out pretty well there. You got the berries eventually, so that was good. That was a really good play. Now you're looking to split and invade jungle. I respect this. Looking for experience on the map. There's the Mew. You beat this Mew. You beat... Oh. Yeah, you missed the tri-attack, but you beat the Mew. Nice, nice. You have huge levels on this guy. You have huge levels on this guy. You can take him out and you can run. You can escape this guy. This guy can't catch you. Really well done. Really well done. You're going to run through the middle. They have allies in the bottom lane. So good pathing, getting away from them. You don't want to show in that bottom lane. Your Espeon split pushing. Your Mime's down there as well. So now, yeah, now you want to just farm, right? You have a couple yellow dots, not many. Just farm them with your team, right? Your Delphox is 9. You need to save that for them. There's nothing there. But yeah, I like the enthusiasm. Head towards... You should be going towards... If you're going to split push, is the right place. So here there's one of two plays. There's go help stop that bottom push. Which it was probably too late to do by the time you spawned and started farming the top lane. So here you got to split push the top, but you have to be very, very careful because in 24 seconds there's a Reggie fight. You don't have Unite move. You don't have Unite move because you weren't efficiently farming in between the fights. So you use your Unite move in the last Regieleki, another one spawning, you don't have it. So you should have farmed a little bit more in between and been a little bit less greedy around the map. With poking and with fighting, right? But you did make some good pressure. So here we go. You score here. No, you don't get that in. Okay, they're there, as they probably should be. Look at your teammates in the middle here. You definitely want to go help them. There's the Gren. So this pathing here is very, very risky. If you look at your minimap, right? So you're here. Look at your minimap. There's the Gren, and there's the Garchomp, right? That's a clone, unfortunately. You don't know that you think the Gren's over there. So it's an honest mistake there. But this pathing is very, very, very risky. It's more efficient for you because you came through the top, right? You walked through the top up the lane, and then you got up here and you saw the Venu up there. No one was in this top when you walked through. You see two walking up in the middle here. It's very likely there's no one up here right now. You could have walked back the way you came and then come around and gank them from the top. And then you would have had a little more positioning on the objective here as well for scouting potential, as well as getting the jump on the enemy. Just something to keep in mind, right? Pathing. It's just important to look at the minimap and remember where you came and think of where enemies might be. So yeah, there's a bunch of them. The Ego Unite is crazy. I don't know why it unites you there. You're completely gone there. There's no reason for them to do that. So I guess at least you burn that. The team's positioning is really off right now. So your Mime needs to be up near the Reggie at this point, but I think he's prioritizing bottom Reggie. He's rotating down. This is going to be really hard for you. I don't know how this is going to go for your team because looking at the minimap, your team is awfully positioned and the enemy team was grouped up. So I don't know how this is going to go here. I'm just curious to see. Yeah, the enemy team's just going to shred that. I guess your team just conceded it and went for the bottom. You can make an impact here. I'm noticing as well, you're not using your map very much. You're not moving your camera, sorry, very much. So here, if you're back here, right, there's no reason for you to not move your camera ahead here to be able to see what they're actually doing and where they're standing. You're only looking at minimap vision. You haven't been looking around with your camera or map. That would have helped avoid that middle death you just had as well if you had moved your map. So panning your camera is very, very, very important. Anyone on the Switch doesn't know how to do that. You hit L and you move your right stick and you move it around and you can pan the map and you can really, really see more going on. You're not doing that enough. That's something you definitely need to pick up on and do a lot more. Because you would have been able to see how grouped they are here. You do get some poke. You do Unite through here. I don't know if that's worth it. You only have 6 points. Yeah, you're leaving your team to defend a full team Regieleki push to score 6 points. I don't think that's the play. I don't. Your Mime does have Unite, so they can probably hold them off, but for 6 points, I mean, you're taking their jungle here. If your team holds them off, this is very good. The Greninja is down. Your Delphox is down too. This is a high risk, high reward play, right? If this goes well for you, you get all of their jungle and you probably score some more points. You probably get another stack that's probably you're looking to do as well. And you really, really catch up in experience. But if this goes wrong, the game is almost over for your team. This is a very, very big risk and very, very... You're putting a lot of trust into a Mime that hasn't shown you can trust them at this point in the game. That's what I would say. You do end up getting that. And yeah, your team just gets steamrolled in the top, it looks like. They're just running them down. And they're able to break that goal. That's really unfortunate. There's not going to be another Regieleki likely, right? What time did they take that out? Let's go back because I didn't actually see. And that's important to... That's always important to take note is what time did the Regieleki go down? So yeah, there will be another Regieleki. There will be another Regieleki. So there's going to be a last one right before the end of the game. So you have an open base and there's going to be another Regieleki to fight for. And I don't know if you could have stopped it there, but they really needed you to help them. They really needed you to try. All right, the Mew is split pushing in the bottom. There's the enemy Gren. If you get a pick on this Gren, it's huge. You can win this 1v1 if you play it right. Very well done. Very well done. The Venu, oh, you just get out of range. Very nicely done. Yeah, X speed and go. Hit the X speed sooner. Hit the X speed sooner. Nice, nice. That's very good. The turning and tri-attacking is very good there because you can slow them. That's very good. This is so risky. That was so risky. And you're lucky it paid off. You could have kept running and then it would have caught you. You went for the greed back and it worked out, but very, very risky. So sometimes just because things work out, it doesn't mean they're the right play. You know, that just like in the beginning. I'll go back as well. Just like in the beginning when you went to the top, just because it worked out, it doesn't mean it was the right play. So let's see. You're farming these as well. You're getting a lot of farm. You're farming well now. You're farming really well now. You have your Unite. You're likely going to be 14, maybe even 15 if you really, really farm for the end of the game, which is really solid. So there could be a really big turnaround towards the end. Your character's very good at split pushing as well. So looking for back caps is always solid. Their mimes in the middle, you just saw that. You see their Garchomp there. You see their Gren above you and their Mew as well. If you go up here, you get sandwiched, so you go down. You've got to go down. You cannot go up. If this team is paying attention, you are gone now. If this mime reacts and comes down, you are gone. Because what you are now is you're out of position, and this is what we call overextended. You are in between the entire enemy team on the minimap, and you can see that clearly. So try not to position like this. You got away with this because the mime wasn't looking down towards you. They were kind of veering up towards the rest of your team, but if they come down towards you here, you're completely gone because there's the Venusaur and the Garchomp and a Mew right above you, and we did see the Greninja as well on the minimap. So try to keep that in mind. Okay. Yeah, so the mime comes down now. So if they come down earlier, you were in trouble. You got sandwiched in between them all. Okay, so there is a Regieleki, and you guys should be looking towards that at the top. Your team should be positioning towards the top. Their mind-blowing Unite there is massive for you guys. Massive for you guys. Mew just one-shots you because it's Mew. But yeah, you guys should really be around the top where your Glaceon is. Now, your Glaceon can rip this completely on their own, to be honest. If the enemy team's not there, but see the Greninja's there. Oh, their Icicle Spear? How did I not notice this till now? They do take out the Greninja. They are very low, but see, your team really needs to position up there. It's likely the enemy comes up now. Even the Garchomp's enough to take out this really low health Glaceon. So, no one's going to get that Regieleki now. Your team had so much time to take it down. So much time to take it down. Something just to keep in mind. Something to always keep in mind. Okay, so they're overextending now and overfighting you. They don't have Mime Unite. You've taken out two. You've taken out two. Your team's looking to rip and you're looking to split. I would rip with the team here because you want all the damage possible. Splitting here and scoring the 19, that's not going to win you the game. So being with the team is important. The Greninja and the Venusaur, the Greninja and the Mew, sorry, are making very bad play following you here. So it works out here. That was risky. So let's go back. Let's go back because this was very risky. You've got to think about what you're doing, what the value of it is, and what else you could be doing, right? That's what I'm trying to push here. So, okay, you run through here. Now, instead of helping your team rip this much faster, right? There's two gone. You could quickly scout this jungle, see where they are, and turn back, you know? You come down here to score 19. I don't know why this Gren comes down to you at all. They're never stopping you scoring this, and even if they do, it's not enough points to win the game. They have no business coming here. So the Gren misplays here. If the Gren walks down the middle there, if they have Unite, and they Unite on the Rayquaza, huge steal. Even Surf, huge steal. Mew, Venusaur, their team, 2 Solar Beams. Venusaur's down. Mew comes up, huge steal, right? Now, Mew beams you here again. Again, a bad play. Garchomp's there as well. Like, it's now become risky because your team, even though it looks like they're just doing it, this is a flip at this point because there is an enemy team member there, and if these two make the right play, they're there to steal as well, and you left to score like a measly low amount of points. So I will say that's not ideal. That's just not ideal to do. You want to think about the most value you can get out of your plays, and that little score just wasn't it. But your team luckily was able to get it. It was in your team's favor, so maybe you just put a lot of trust in your team there, but again, splitting there didn't offer extra value. It just wasn't really worth it. You score, and now you still have a shield, right? You still have a shield, so you can actually pick up more points and score. So I hope that's what you're going to do. Because this isn't like Zapdos, right? You still have this shield to score again. Unless your team instant or gets wiped. Did you get more scores? I'm not sure if you got more scores. Wait, let me look, sorry. No, you're in the lead. That's all you need to know. You're in the lead. Now there's 2 plays you can make, and I'm curious to see what you're going to do. So I think I know what you're going to do. But the 2 plays you can make here are 1, you can help defend with your Glaceon, right? Your Delphox is coming up in 1, your Mime's coming up in 8. To be honest, I would leave them. I would leave them to defend, and I would go score more points because I'm Dodrio, I have the passive, and I have a Rayquaza shield on. So I would definitely try to score and just further extend the lead. That is what I would do personally. It is a riskier play. Staying around here is smart though. Staying around here is smart. Seeing which way they're going, scouting for your team is a very good play too. This is very, very respectable. Mime uniting you here is a throw. He could use that to push the bottom goal with the rest of the team. This is a huge throw from the Mime. Mime just hard through the game. I don't know if your team's able to break them though. You do have S1 Unite and stuff and a Delphox there, as well as your own Mime. But yeah, that was a big throw from the Mime. S1 holds him off. Oh, no, I don't know. If Mime's there, they hard wipe your team. If Mime's there, they hard wipe your team. They're able to score here as well. Okay. You lose. You lose the game. So I'm trying to think of what you could have done better here, right? So let's go back a little bit. Let's go back a little bit here. So now if you push with your team after you score, they probably get more points in as well. You did kind of leave them. I thought it was to get more points and to score. If so, that's the right play. Scouting the jungle is respectable there as well. But once you see the mime, you go out. You don't fight a mime. You come 1v1 a mime. So you either go to score or you come defend. Probably come defend, I guess, because your team wasn't able to hold them. They just had too much damage. I guess they had unites. That's rough. That's a rough endgame. That's a rough endgame. Your team wasn't playing great. You played pretty well, reasonably well for sure. There were definitely a lot of mistakes things you're going to work on. But you played the best on your team in that game, though, undoubtedly. Undoubtedly played the best on your team in that game. So I will definitely give you that. It was a pretty solid performance on the burp. I don't know if you show your stats in the video here, so I'll look through your damage and stuff and see what the numbers are like throughout your team. I have a feeling that there are a couple plays just pushing to score greedily for small amounts, I think, are the biggest mistakes you made, and leaving that bottom lane. So I hope this was beneficial to you. I hope you took this criticism well. I hope this was helpful for you to improve your game, especially on the Burb. I know it's a pretty complicated Pokemon. So yeah, so you do the most damage on your team, which I expected. It was a tough game. It was a tough game. A lot of attackers, and they're all running like the off-meta builds, right? So it's a bit hard for you. You played pretty well. I hope, as I said, I hope this was helpful to you. So if you guys would like to send your VODs for me to review and give kind of my coaching thoughts on, join the Discord. There is the link in the description of the Discord page. There is a VOD submission channel, and I will review your videos. I will prioritize members, of course, because I do get a lot of these. So I will review these, and I will let you guys know my thoughts of them. And hopefully this can be some cool like one-on-one coaching for you guys, a bit unofficial, and help you improve your games. Because that's all I'm here to do, is help you guys improve. So as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and have a wonderful day.